All right. It is officially the best time of the day because it's the time of the day where I get to drop some sauce. And today's topic of discussion, we're going to talk about the concept of profitable trading because I feel like a lot of people they put the word profitability on such an unattainable pedestal and it doesn't have to be that way. And it's completely a perspective thing. And if you're having doubts, I think this is just going to be a good concept to talk about because I think maybe it could shift the way you think about it a little bit. Now, trading, yes, like if you look at the statistics online, you'll know that 97, 98% of people fail at trading long term, which is true. I know some prop firms released their stats at the end of last year, and they were very, very low for how many people actually made money. But what you have to understand is that statistic, that includes people that have gambling addictions and just transitioned over to trading to make themselves feel better about it. That includes people that try it for a week or two and then flunk out. That includes people that try strategy hopping 10 or 15 different times within the span of a few months. Like that statistic, yes, it's scary, but when you actually look at the factors within that statistic, it's not as outrageous of a number. But regardless, trading, it's the hardest way to make easy money. So 100%. But when you conceptualize the word profitability, I think a lot of people, I think social media has really ruined the word profitable because I don't know about you, but me, even now with being consistent, even now when I hear profitable, I think of Miami, Lambos, bitches, bottles, clubs. Like that's just what I think of, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you do too. And social media has just fucked our brains to think that. All profitability is, it is literally just being net above break even. So after a whole year, if you're up $10, you're technically profitable. Now everybody, we want more than that, of course. We don't want to be fucking making $10 spending all this time. But profitability is not $100,000 a month. It's not. And when you think of profitable trading, all it is, let's say for example, let's say you trade the same way I do. Okay, you have a lower RR, but you have a higher win rate. I would say most of my trades are probably around a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, maybe a little bit higher than that. But my win rate is significantly high, It's over that 65, 70% threshold. And actually, we're going to do an example because I want to show you what it would take just to be above the break even. So we're going to go and chat GPT here, and I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say we're trading a 1 to 1.3. So even less than what my R is now. Make it easier. So I trade stocks and I trade with a risk to reward of 1 to 1.3. What does my win rate percentage need to be in order to be break even? All right, with a risk to reward of 1 to 1.3, which is very close to a 1 to 1, very easy to do, you need a 43.5% win rate to be break even. So market experience plays a big role in this, right? You can't replicate watching the candles form out in live time, in real time over years. That does take time, 100%. But you're telling me if you watched one asset for 2-3 years straight, you learn the characteristics behind it, how it moved, the different times of year when it reacts better to your strategy. You're telling me if after 2-3 years and you had the patience and the ability to sit there, not act on emotions, and just wait for your A+ setup and execute when it comes your way, you're telling me that with 100 trades, you can't win 44 of them? Like, that right there, you would technically be profitable. You wouldn't make shit, but you'd be profitable. It's not, when you look at it like that, it's not as difficult as people make it seem and people make it out to be. It's really not. And if you actually take it seriously, you watch the market for years on end and you're journaling every day, you're journaling your mistakes, you're actually learning the lessons along the way and not letting them happen again, I guarantee you can get at least bare minimum over a 50% win rate with a 1 to 1.3. And we're being generous here. You can definitely do that with a 1 to 1.5 or a 1 to 2. 100% doable if you actually take it seriously. that is more than enough to be profitable and live comfortably. Like, profitability does not mean Lambos, Miami penthouse. It doesn't mean that. You guys see in the background here, my apartment that I just got. It's nice. It's not super over the top. It's not super luxurious, but it's updated. It's clean. I like it. And some of you know I have my SRT Durango, which I love. Dude, to live like that, to have a nice car and a nice apartment, like, as long as your credit isn't fucked, you can do that on $5K a month. Like, you're not gonna save shit, but technically speaking, you could do that. It's not that far out of reach. And if you're sized appropriately and you have above a 50% win rate with a 1 to 1.3 risk to reward, you can bring in 5K a month. It is not as out of sight as you may think it is. So stop thinking that everyone that's profitable is fucking Jeff Bezos, because it's not true. Like, profitable trading simply just means being net green. And if you can control your emotions, if you can follow your rules, not have any crash out days, because that's what cuts into that statistic. That's when people have a system that's profitable, they're sizing correctly. All it takes is a few days to just completely fuck that up. Because the moment you start making human errors, your win rate goes down, the statistic doesn't align the same, and that's what hurts people. And I don't think people can be perfect, but I say this time and time and again. I do think people can be perfect for an hour to an hour and a half in the morning every single day. I do. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to build up your psychology, but I genuinely do think you can be perfect for an hour and a half a day. And if you have some slip-ups along the way, that's okay. But I'm telling you, over a 50% win rate with a low RR, as long as it's above 1, that is extremely attainable if you take it seriously and actually put the time in. So please do not rush this shit. You have to submit to the process. Stop comparing yourself to people on social media, because a lot of it's bullshit and a lot of it is not as big as you may think it is. Just focus on you and your journey, following your rules, building good habits, doing exactly what you're supposed to do every single day, and profitability is absolutely attainable if you do not quit. So if you're dealing with doubt, I hope that this discussion shifted your perspective on things a little bit and made you realize that what you're striving for is really not as out of reach as you may think it is. But as always, I have the link to join my free Discord. That's going to be in the description of this video. I post my buys every single day. I post exactly what I'm looking for. I review your guys' trades. I drop a lot of sauce in there, and it's completely free. So a super awesome community to be a part of. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.